Okay, so we are here with Brett, the designer for the Love Live Sunshine board game, and I'm just so excited to show you guys this game because it's been in progress for quite a while.
Yep.
And tell us a little about the process.
Yeah, absolutely. So we first had this idea early on, actually later in the year, I think in 2018.
Yeah.
There was
An ancient time, long ago.
Long before the dark times. There was a game that Japanime was selling at the time called Starlight Stage,
Okay.
which was an idle-based game that played a little bit like Splendor.
Okay.
So Eric liked the idea of doing more idle type stuff, and obviously one of the larger idle animes out there is Love Live. So we approached Bandai Namco, and we had come up with sort of the basics of this game.
Yeah.
You know, as a way to pitch to them. You know, hey, this is kind of the idea we have. What do we want to do with it? You know, do you like it?
So it's been developed for quite a while, and then at Gen Con last year, you had sort of a mini prototype, and this is the second version, or maybe it's the fifth version of the prototype, but it definitely looks a lot more thought out.
Yeah, sure, yeah. So we had done a lot of initial testing last year, both in private and in public, to make sure the game was playing the way we wanted to play, and you get the flavor of the anime across. And I think we've done that really well. This is a late stage prototype. It's not yet the production prototype.
Okay.
We will be probably, once we get approvals on the submission, we're going to send out for a production prototype. So there is going to be a Kickstarter for this game. There's going to be the base set. There's going to be some blind box figures and different outfits that have more gameplay as well. So they'll be collectible as well as useful in the game. We're doing some fun stuff. We're adding in Shiitake, the dog.
Yes, I love that dog.
Yeah, and we're adding in Saint Snow, their rivals.
Yes.
So Shiitake and Saint Snow will be pieces that can move around on the board during the story phase. Yeah.
All right, so we talked a lot about development of the game, ideas for the Kickstarter. Show us the game. How do we play this game? It looks awesome.
Absolutely. So Love Live Sunshine is basically trying to replicate the feeling of the anime. The game is called Starshine, as you can see in the middle.
Oh, dang, that's smart.
Yes. So that is a term that Chika uses in the show to describe sort of the energy that it requires to go out there and become a great idol.
So specifically, if you don't know, Love Live is about becoming a high school idol, which is like such a specific subset of an idol.
Yes.
I can't even explain it in like one sentence. So just give it a Google. It's exactly what it sounds like.
Yeah.
High school idol, but you've got to compete to do so.
Yes.
I think this is what this game is about, right?
It is, yeah. It's about the process of learning how to be better school idols and how to compete in the Love Lives, which is what you're going to be doing in the game. There's going to be 3 different outfits of idol cards for Aqua in the base set, and then there'll be 3 additional outfits for them in the acrylics, and then we're also going to release the subunits as well.
Oh, that's so good! I love it.
So,
You can see them all.
Exactly. So you'll have all the different fun outfits. I mean, not all because there's so many, but,
Right.
but at least
The top tier ones.
yes, 7 different outfits that we selected for use in the game.
Great.
So there's 2 steps to the game. There's a story phase and then a performance phase. So during the story phase, you're going to follow, several episodes of the show, and you're going to complete goals that are relevant to plot points from that show.
Okay.
So this is the first episode. Your first goal is Chika's inspiration, so you have to go to Akihabara to get inspiration to become idols.
Become an idol, yes.
So you'll notice this area is the locations. So there's bus tickets and train tickets, so depending on how far away you have to travel from Numazu, you have to use those tickets. So it costs stamina to go to these different locations. So on your character, you've got these different stats. Some of the stats are used in rolling. We don't have any of these out here right now, but there's some locations where you might have to roll and add a number to your stat to try and complete something. These things on the side are called spot tokens. So you accumulate these spot tokens in an effort to do the performance.
That's right.
Yeah, so you got 3 different skill tokens and you got 3 different move tokens. So you got vocals, dance, and style represented on the black and white tokens, and then you've got slide, step, and turn.
Slide, step, and turn.
Represented
it's
on
a little
the
DDR. I like it.
Yeah. And you'll see why in a second.
Okay.
So stamina is what you spend to go to the different locations from this episode, and you're going to be acquiring more tokens in order to be able to complete the performance mode. Yeah, so that's your. In addition to completing these goals, you're trying to gather resources in the form of these movements and skill types.
You want to get to each goal to finish the episode.
Yep.
To do those, to get to finish the goals, and to do these travel with this.
Exactly, and this works like a worker placement game. So you're putting your girl on the spot and then doing whatever it says.
Got it. Okay, and that leads up to.
And so once you've completed all 3 of the goals, then you move to the performance phase. So one of the things that you have to do during the phase is you have to try and get a song to learn. So in this case, we have a song from the aquarium.
How do they perform it?
So when you learn a song, you get to select a song from the current level that you're at. There's going to be 3 levels of girls, which will be denoted by different outfits and slightly different stats and slightly different tokens that they get at the beginning. So when you learn a song, you can see how to actually perform the song. There is a QR code, or if you scan that QR code, it will play the song on Spotify.
Oh my god, I love it so. This is such a smart addition. I wasn't sure we were going to do that. It's very good.
So when you play the song, that is the time limit that you have, and it's written on the card as well, so you know, to perform the song. And how you're going to perform the song is the box itself converts into a stage.
This is so sick. It looks so cool.
So there's going to be 2 different double-sided inserts that have 4 different backdrops, and then 2 different double-sided stages that will fit inside. This one's just on the back of the box, but the final prototype will have this fitting inside the insert of the box. So it'll, the 4 different stages will have a different arrangement of spots on them, so it'll be able to change the gameplay a little bit depending on which stage you're in. So one of the cool things about the game is no matter how many players you're playing with, you can play between 1 and 5 players. Okay. But you're always using all 9 of the girls. Right. So the girls that aren't being played by players have slightly different rules as to how they move around town and how they move on the stage, and that's why they're represented on the map here. Because when you're moving them around on the stage, you're gonna flip their card over to know that you've moved that one. Yeah. So each girl gets to move once during the performance. They all start in the back. They've got their symbols in the back there that show you where they start on that. Now, how you perform is you take 3 turns to move. So during the first turn, you'd have to hit all 5 of these spots in order to complete the verse and move on to the second verse. Okay. If you moved all the girls and you have missed some of these spots, you lose fans.
Oh!
So you have to basically you have to hit every spot in order to maintain your fans goal and get the fame. So this song is worth 1,500 fame. Okay. Your goal is to get to 10,000 fame before you fail 3 performances.
Okay, got it. So how many episodes are you supposed to play to finish the game?
It generally goes between I'd say between 5 to 7 episodes to get to the point where, unless you're just killing it and picking really hard songs every time and trying to.
Right. Yeah. Awesome. So this game, again, this is still a prototype version. This is not what the final game will look like. We don't know yet. It's a mystery. Yeah. So stay tuned. Keep looking at JapanimeGames.com for more information. And I can't wait to play this game for real with all the music.